Hello, everyone. Great gardening. We are back with the motherboard coming to you all today on this Wednesday, February the 22nd, 2023, right? We're going to use our motherboard to get some clarity on what energy we're in today, right? Those of you who are from New Orleans, we know on yesterday was Fat Tuesday, and it was a beautiful Fat Tuesday, right? After all of the years that we have been going through, what we've been going through with our city, not being able to rightfully participate in some of the traditions that we have been having for hundreds of years because of the things that has been going on in life, right? We remember 2022 also well, and here we are 3 years later, back at it, and it was a sun-filled day. Very, very lovely. I will not complain. All I know is somebody had some plans on making things work, and it was numerous amounts of people here in New Orleans, and that collective energy all together we can see everywhere resonated well. Right? There were only a few incidences that we can hear in the reports, and hopefully there are none that won't go unheard, right? Those things that are behind the scene that possibly could have happened. We want to be grateful for what it is that everyone from around the world came to offer us, as well as partake in on yesterday. Today is Ash Wednesday. Collectively, for those who are religious, they will be out there getting those ashes for whatever it represents in ritualistic rites for them. That is for those who partake in that, right? But we're not going to dwell upon those things because that was yesterday, which was a lovely day. And here today, we're going forward with what the divine will give to me to give to you all, right? And that's what I want to be able to do, is to deliver you some messages from the divine with that energy in mind, clearing all things that belong to me so that the Most High can let that energy that is resonating in our atmosphere come in to be an output to you all. So what we're going to do right now is get a pluck on the ruling planet energy for this read. And we're dealing with the earth. If that's noticeable, on that down. Earth. Right, okay, so that's for everyone. And that's basically what the energy wants to go into. Now, when I think about the earth, right, we're seeing so many things that are miraculously happen. Some can call them catastrophically happening. And then we have some things that are astronomically happening when we're dealing with the energy within our earth realm, right? In that physical field that we're dealing with so theoretically, right? We are getting the overstanding of certain elements that are all playing a part in our existence on this earth, as well as some of those devices that may have been created to alter, disturb, or deter those elements from doing what they were naturally supposed to do, right? So for all of us who are inhabiting the earth, we can actually feel those energies because life in itself is the energetic expression of the Most High, right? So that vibration, when anything else comes into that field of vibration, it's going to alter that vibration, right? And we know there are some big dogs with some big guns that they can use to do a lot of good with altering energies, and as well as they're doing good, they can actually do lots of harm. When we gonna get that all cleared out, when we dealing with the matters of the energy of the earth, right? We're gonna think about being grounded. The earth, our foundation, where we start out on. We are born walkless. We don't know how to walk, right? So the first thing that we'll be able to get closest to in that downward dog motion is the earth when we're crawling, right? We're on all fours as babies. So we have that groundation that we need, right? Who knows how to tumble more than a baby can, right? Babies love to roll and tumble on the floor. I'm not saying falling, because we know they can fall too, but they are also energetically compact to where sometimes forgive that action of them falling, that they will survive that, right? Because that's on their own accord that they're falling. No one is pushing them down, but we see how well they are able to bounce back. So in that particular capacity, what the spirit is telling me about that bounce back energy that those babies have, because they're so connected and grounded to the earth, that stable foundation, is that when we get into our adult stages, that we need not to forget how to bounce back. Right? And now we know we're going into the end of February, which will be going into the beginning of March, which would bring into that transitioning for some of us into spring, right? And then you can think about that bounce back being like a spring back. But they would say spring forward. But we know that also deals with daylight savings time, and that has so much to do with what it is upon the face of the earth that we're dealing with, as well as energy, because that is an alteration, right, of time. So when that time starts getting alterated from us springing forward and falling back, we're losing a sense of what natural energy is being conveyed to us from the earth, because we're disoriented, right? So we want to get back into our orientation, right? Like when you're going to high school or to middle school for the first time and you're a freshman, you need to have that great orientation, right? Every day is a fresh start. So we need to have the correct orientation with what it is that we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. We have calendars that give us plans, but we know things don't always go according to those plans, just like those plans of the weather forecast. Those weather forecasts are only predated upon what appear to be coming along the horizon. But we know that there are things that can happen that will drastically change that which will be coming along the horizon. So we want to be in a great orientation of where we are in every facet of life, time, space, and energetically. Let's go ahead on and get the feel of the earth, what the earth is telling us, because we know on that ruling planet that we got the earth on the motherboard's dial. So now we're going to dial up that chakra energy and see where it resides. Okay, so we're dealing with the yellow chakra, which is the third chakra. And it is in its increase: fun, humor, lightness, personal power, intellect, logic, and creativity, right? So in that, we know that the yellow chakra is the solar plexus. Gas, bloating, liver issues, stomach ulcers, eating disorders, lack of confidence, procrastination. What foods can we use to counteract those things? Yellow peppers, yellow lentils, yellow squash, oats, and spelt. And I know a lot of people don't think that they hold any value, but when we're feeding our body, we are also feeding our mind. So the light code that we put in our mind behind what it is that we're feeding our body will also be what helps to make those things be of a good light or of a bad light. And I'm going to talk about heaviness and lightness when we come to light and density, right? Because if I pick up a banana and I have all intentions on that banana being good, going down, that's exactly what that banana will do. But if I pick up that banana with a hesitation to eat it based upon the ideologies or what information was put out there about what harm that banana can cause, and I eat it anyway, I have already put it down with a heavy light. So why would I do that to myself? Just set it aside. If you are having any doubts, that doubt is what is leading you to stop doing those particular things. Because all food is not good food, but who told you that my food was your food and will actually be able to do the same thing? No matter how much our anatomy is alike, it all starts in the mind, right? So now we're dealing with that. We know that we need to have fun. It's okay, the earth is saying, to have humor. It's okay to be lightness. It's okay to have personal power. It's okay to exuberate your intellect. It's okay to have logic. And it's okay, very much so, to be creative. So that's what we're going to deal with. Ways that we can have fun. Individually, the ways that we can have fun is by tapping into our own personal powers, right? We can actually use our hobbies to have fun, if that's what we consider a way to have fun. Some people consider having fun going out in the park and just being a part of nature, listening to the birds chirp, feeling the wind roll by, right? Feeling that sensation of the sun shining on them, or even if it's in the night, the moon, and hearing all those elements that bring that nightlife together, or that day life, right? And then even so, we can hear how busier the sound is and a little bit harsher that it may be in the daytime. For some of us who need to relax, it might be a harder thing to do. You have to meditate and you have to tune those things out, right? In the daytime, you have the busyness of the jobs that people are working, whether it's a construction site going on over there across the street and it's the drill that you're hearing, or you're hearing the tapping down of the pollens because a new building or house is being built, or maybe you're hearing the honking of the horns because there's a lot of traffic and everybody has road rage or something like that. Or you can just be hearing those daytime sounds when the birds are chirping because you are meditating away all of of those harsh sounds, or even in the night, right? Because we know there's a calming of the night, but then there's some things about the night that are still mystical, right? Like those creatures that may be lurking in the night, and you may hear some growls and snares, something like that, that could be a fright in the night if you're out in nature enjoying the starlit environment with that cool moon dew upon your skin, and you're seeing that glow that the moon gives you in that particular light, right? But then there's other things that can happen in the night that could be as disturbing as those harsh things in the daytime, like the cries for help. Maybe someone's being attacked, or maybe you're hearing a cat fight that you never had to experience before in the nighttime, right? It's all kind of things that can be happening. But on the accord of what the earth is saying to us, with that energy of being in the third chakra, which would be the solar plexus, yellow, giving us that increase for fun, humor, lightness, personal power, intellect, logic, and creativity. These are the times that it is very necessary. And then with the yellow chakra bringing us forward, we can say that spring is definitely in the air. Can you smell that coming? Which we all desire, right? Because we get to see those bright, vibrant colors from those seeds that we have planted in that winter time, that stillness, that calm, where the earth is being preserved, right? Because we know that when we as humans have refrigerators, we put things on ice to keep them fresh. Think about that. So we're going to offer ourselves all of those things that is coming in with that sacred chakra, right? The solar plexus. The solar plexus.